Guys, can you just confirm for once, like, if my screen is visible or not? Anyone? Okay, cool. So moving to the previous project that we worked on yesterday, uh, this one only. So for the newcomers, actually, we didn't do anything solid. We just took some hints and we covered some basics only. So we'll be making two apps today, mostly two apps. And if the time is less, we'll be making one only. So this was the layout, and yeah. So totally deleting everything from here. I hope all of you have opened the Android Studio. Yes.
Yes, we are.
Okay. So as I told you yesterday, this is your constraint layout, and we can put in any number of widgets over here. So I'll just now show you how we actually constrain some widgets over here. So let's just put in some two text views, and we want them in a columnar way. For example, like one is beneath the other one. So how do we do this is we constrain to the left, this to the right. And one thing I want to mention is you cannot constrain the right button. Let's just call this button or constraint only. You cannot constrain it to top or bottom. You can only constrain it to left, either left or right. So that's how it works. So we have constrained the first text view, and we'll constrain it from the top as well. And now what we want is columnar way, in a column, both the text views in a column. So we'll do the same thing with this one and this one as well. So now this isn't centered, but this isn't centered from like the height ways of the mobile view. So what we do is here is we constrain this to the top text view, we constrain this to the bottom, and now they'll be visible in columnar way, and we'll just drag it a little bit down. Now if we run the emulator, so most of you will be working on a real device by switching on USB debugging. I'm using emulator here. You can use anyone. Starting the emulator only. Okay. Okay, why is it showing like that? Let me just rotate. Now it's fine. So now you can see these text views appear in a column. So now what do we do if we want them in a row manner? And one thing also I wanted to mention, if some among you missed this part, there is actually a blueprint as well. You can work on this as well. If whatever you feel like it's better for you, use that one. You can actually drag anything here, and you can also constrain it here and here. So you can work in anything, whatever feels right to you. And you can obviously put two things together, but I I prefer design layout, so we'll go with this one. So now I was talking about XML. This is the UI, and this is the code that goes behind XML. So this code is automatically generated. For example, if you drag a button over here, now see, some code will be auto generated. So this is auto generation. You can also code over here. For example, we covered what wrap content and match parents are. So now you can see, let's just delete this button. This is text view, right? Now you can see the code over here. Okay. You can view side by side as well. So this was the text view. Okay. Now if we change the text to, let's say, yes. See, now the text is changed. So you can either code or you can drag and drop, and you can either use both as well.
How to run this?
How to run this? Okay. So here, are you running on a real device or an emulator? What's your setup? Do you want to run it on a real device or are you using an emulator?
I don't know about that because yesterday class I didn't attend.
Okay. I'll just walk you through it. So basically, if you want to use an emulator, what you have to do is click on this drop down, go to the Open AVD Manager option, click on this. Now this window will appear. click on the create virtual device button. Now, whatever you feel like it's is good option for you. For example, if you want to test on Pixel XL, you can go with that. Pixel 2 XL, and there are many other options as well. Next is also, we'll go with Pixel 2 as it. What do I say? Like many developers use this only for testing and testing purpose. Says let's go with Pixel 2. Click on next. Choose any of the API levels you want. API level 30 is also available, or even Orbit, whatever you want. Mine for me, Q has been already downloaded by me, so I'll go with Q only. If you're using Android Studio for the first time, you will have to download one of the APIs available here. You can download 30 as well. I'll go with Q. Click on next, and name your device whatever you want. Let's just name it emulator 3 because I have emulator 2 already. So name it emulator 3. And these settings are pre-built, so don't change them. I would suggest, and click on finish. So now new emulator will appear over here, and what you have to do is you just have to click on this run button, and the app will run on this device. And for the USB debugging part, I covered that in previous session as well, and you can Google it up. So how you just Google it, like how to set up USB debugging and run an app on a real Android device through Android Studio. So you can Google that as well. And for AVD, I have shown you. This is how you create. I'll just delete it. Is it clear now?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So where was I? So I was showing you like this is a split screen. So you can see the code over here as well as the design pattern over here. So whatever you change in this appears over here, and whatever you change in this portion, like the UI, it will go into the code. So it will be auto generated. So what I prefer is use UI option only. It's better and it's neat. That's why. Some people, if
Excuse me, Bhaiya.
yeah,
Bhaiya, how did you open the script?
sorry, your voice isn't clear. Can you say it
Bhaiya,
again?
how did you open the script?
The
Did you
script
open
file.
the script?
See, you will see 3 buttons over here. This is the only script button.
Oh,
This is the split.
okay.
Okay.
Got it.
Cool. Any other doubts? Anyone? You can unmute yourself.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
there is a doubt in the chat bot,
Chat what? Sorry.
a chat box. Sorry.
Acha, Prakriti is also over there in the chat box. So whatever your doubts are, you can clear it in the chat box only. If you feel more comfortable with switching on your mic, you can also unmute yourself. So yeah, we covered the column way, and now what we want to do is we want to align them in a row manner. So let's put in 2 text views again. Left align this, top align this, right align this, and top align this. See, now if we if we drag them over here, and if we run our app now, right now, they won't be they won't be present over here. So okay, acha, we already constrained it. I was showing that if you delete this constraint, delete this constraint as well. Now what will happen is they'll go to the top. So if you don't constrain them, your widgets won't appear like the way you want. So if you haven't constrained them from the top area, they'll go to the extreme top of the app or whatever the height of your phone is. So that's how it works. We'll constrain it now also. And to to chain them. So basically in a row, what we do is we want to chain them together. So how to chain them? Click on Control on your keyboard, hold it, this as well, and okay. Now both are selected. Hold Control and click on both, like the normal way we do it on Windows. And right click on it. You'll see a bunch of options. Go to chain and create a horizontal chain. See, now a chain is created and they both will appear in row always, no matter how you have constrained them. So if you haven't if you don't constrain them in the right way, it might be a chance. There might be a chance that your app UI won't look like the way you want. So if you use like these chains and all, it will appear as it is. Whatever you have done over here, it will appear like that only. So that's how you chain them. And one thing also I wanted to show. Let's just zoom in a little bit. Okay, that's too much. Select this text view. See now, if you like do this, you'll see the chain is going from top to bottom in a curve way. So let's just control Z it. What if you want, whenever you move this text, you move this text view as well. You get it? The point that I want to show. So what we do here is click on this text view, right click, show baseline. There's an option called show baseline. Click on it. See this little thing will appear over here. Right click on it, sorry, left click on it and match with this text view. A new constraint has been created and this is called baseline. This is called baseline constraining. Now we'll zoom out and now drag this text view wherever you want. The other text view will go with it. Like it's moving with that only. So they always are together. So that's the right way how we constrain them in row. Now you can delete this baseline as well. Whatever you want to delete, you can either delete from this code part. Just see like, okay, the bias is 0.5. The name is this. Margin start is 72 dp. So let's just say we'll decrease it 36. Now it will appear in the UI portion. See, it's 36 now. So that's how these go in hand in hand. Any doubts till now? Anyone? Okay, we'll move forward.
How
So
can
today,
like there are options now. We can go to the blueprint mode and the UI mode. How do
yeah.
you choose it?
So this is the blueprint mode. What is the question? Like, what do you want to ask?
No, you explained it. Okay.
Okay, huh? So you can use either of the modes. If you feel comfortable with blueprint mode as it's more clear rather than to have a white background, you can also switch to blueprint and you can like make your UI over here. So let's just delete these textures. And now what we are going to do is we'll make a real app, our first app. It won't be that good of an app, but after this first app, we'll jump into more like fun stuff and all. So what we are doing is, so now the aim is to use Java and to show dynamic data in our app. So let's just drag a text view over here, constrain it the same way. Okay, a button as well. Okay, delete this text view. I want to add an edit text. So what is an edit text? In edit text, you can like input your things. For example, in Spotify and big apps like Instagram, you see like there are options to put in your details. For example, there is a name field, there's an email field. So these are called edit text. So let's just put edit text over here. Consider this button as well. Over this, let's put in one text view. So text view is basically a normal view to show text, and edit text is to take inputs from users. So that's the basic difference between these two. And button you all know. Let's just drag it down. So now we'll set IDs in the hints and all from the right panel over here from the attributes panel. So let's just name this this ID to, let's just name it name. We are getting the name from user. So let's just put a string called name over here. The text, okay, update all uses. Let's do it. Does this again? Yes. So now we want to put a text over here. So initially the text will be null only. We have to take an input from user. So that's how it works. And what else do we have? Let's just put in some styling. The color will be black. This is the text size. As I told you, text size in SP. Like the unit is SP. So let's just go with 22 SP. You can change your font family from here if you want something else. For example, let's go with cursive. It looks very bad and it's not aesthetically, it's never aesthetically good, but let's go with cursive. Make it bold. And that's all you need to do with this. Have you set the ID? Yes. For the button, let's just say we do button only. The text will be click me. Okay. Anything else? Yeah, this is fine for button. And for the text view, the text will be null for now. The ID will be answer. Let's just put an answer, or let's just put result, result. So the idea behind this app is to whatever we put in this input box, after clicking on the button, your text will appear in this text view. So that's what we are going to do with Java. That's how you link XML with Java. So what have we done? The ID is result. The text is null right now. Let's just color this a little bit dark blue and increase the font a little bit, like 22 sp. So it's all set up. Now what we can do is we can go into main activity.java. So as I told you yesterday, this line sets this line basically creates a link between this XML file and this Java file. So that's how you link it. And as I told you about objects and all today, yesterday in the class, you know about this extends keywords a little bit, I guess. If you have any doubts, you can ask right now as well. So the basic thing first, the first thing what we do here is, are there any errors? Yeah, these are just warnings. You can like hover over them, click it, and it will suggest a fix. You can fix this. So what this error is, let's just click on OK. See, now the error is gone. So what this error is, basically, let's go to project root. Okay, project. Maximize it, and we'll go into res folder. We'll go into values, and this is strings.xml. So what Android suggests is that you shouldn't use hard-coded strings over here. See, what we did. So we hard-coded a string button name that is click me over in the UI panel, and it showed warning. So let's just do this again for this one. So these are some other warnings that you should like. You can fix them from the UI, or you can like fix from anywhere. So these are like some warnings and all. You can like skip them as well. But if you want to code in a better way, you can always fix them. So that's how the. I mean, you cannot. It's better to not hard code strings in UI. So that's what Android suggests. So moving to the Java file again. So we have one edit text, one button, and one text view. So we'll instantiate these over here. We'll just say instantiate. We'll say text view. The same way we do for int and strings and all. We put text view over here. This is a class. I told you what classes are yesterday, and let's name the classes same as our IDs. So what's the ID for this? We named it result. Let's just write result over here. So next one is a button, and the name of the button will be button only. You can name it anything you want, but it's better to name it the same way your ID is named. And one is edit text, and its name is name. Edit text, and import it, and its name is name. So now we have instantiated this. But what? So basically, these are like variables only, and they aren't they haven't been linked yet to the XML file yet. So how do we link them? So this is how we link them. Let's just take this result only. Control C, Control V. Result equals to find. So we use a function over here which is find view by ID. This Android, this is a pre-built function. We use this, and it takes an input parameter which is int ID. So how do we give it an ID? So let's just talk a bit about IDs only. So your Java code needs to know every ID of whatever widget you are using. For example, so IDs, what are basically IDs? They'll be let's just say for result, it's a text view, and it will give it a unique ID. Let's just say 1020. Let's just say 10292, and it gives this ID. So for Java, how does Java know that this is the widget that you want to link? So XML generates an ID and you can link that in Java. And how to link it? You use the function find view by ID. You do r.id dot and you'll find result over here. See, this is the ID 1000140 and 22. So that's the ID that XML gave to this widget. So now you have successfully linked your this result widget to your Java file. That's how you do it. We'll say do the same for button. Let's just copy 2 times. Now we want to link a button. We want to link a name. Now all 3 widgets have been linked to the Java file. Now we are totally set to use this in Java, and we can use dynamic data through them. So any doubts till now? Anyone?
Yeah, I have a
Yeah.
doubt.
Yeah. Speak up.
See, if we edit in the main activity.kt, like now you
This
are
file, right?
editing. Yeah.
Hmm.
So if we only like put the code only, then do we need to like make app in the activity main.xml?
So what you want to say is, do we have to make a UI for our app? So basically, what is Android? You have some UI, you have some Java code, and Java through linking Java code, the app runs. So that's what happens. If you want to like code Java only, then you use some editors like VS Code or online editors as well. So I think that clears your question. Was it something else?
It was like, what if I only like code about for the Java and the app forms automatically?
Oh, that's not possible. You have some like there are some bunch of softwares present over here. I'll just search for one. I guess one is Figma. Um, so in Figma, there are another apps also. There are some other apps also. What you do is you let's just say search for UI something images. So let's just say this is your mobile UI. So what Figma does is you import this file, this XML file or whatever this UI file is into Figma, this software, and it automatically generates XML for you. See, this is how it works. You can like there's another software called Adobe XD as well. So you create UIs over there, import it in some softwares, and they'll generate code for you. Then you can like directly copy paste in this file, this over this. So then you don't have to create UI.
Okay.
Okay, is it clear now?
I want to know about how you created that click me and button, the result and the edit text.
Sorry, like this UI portion.
Yes.
Okay,
How you
so you
created
want to
it.
know about click me. So let's just select a button. So there is a panel on the right side which says attributes on its top. So there are many attributes linked to this button. You can set as many as you want. So there are so many attributes that you won't even like I remember after a year, like what I used a year back, like what all did I know? So there are so many, but the common ones are these only. So first is ID. You set ID over here. Now, what you want to do is you want to change the name. So let's just import one another button. See, right now the name says button over it, and the ID is button 4. I want to change the ID to let's say triple T, 4 Ts. That's my new ID. And you want to change the text of this button, let's just say I am a button. So the text will appear over here. So that's how you do it. You can also do it in XML. Let's just search for I am a button. Do it. I was a button till now, and see it appears over here, and you can delete it. Oops, we deleted the wrong thing. Now delete this. So that's how it works. Is it clear now? Yeah, who was this? Can you confirm? Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay, fine, cool. So where were we? We instantiated the variables. We linked them to our XML files. Now what we want to do is we want to take input in this edit text. Click on this button and show in this text. So that's so now we'll code how we do it. So this is the button. Button is an object. So basically, let's just go into this button class. My control isn't working, but see. this is a button class, and there are many methods over here. You can use any of them. So what we want to use right now is button dot set on click listener. So this is how you handle clicks on a button. So you put a dot operator over there, type in set on click listener, and this method is all set up. Now what we want to do is we pass in. So basically we pass in this. For now, let's just see the code, and after that I'll show you what it means. New view dot on click listener. Put in tab, and the code will be auto generated. Just write new view dot on click listener, and the type in a tab, and the code will be auto generated. So this is a basically I cannot explain in very much detail, as you guys are like starting with Java only. Basically what happens here is this is passed to an inner class. So there is a thing called anonymous inner class in Java that handles this. So you'll be learning about this in second year maybe when you take the Java course. But for now, you can like just learn that this is how it works. It gives an on-click function to you, and you can handle whatever you want over here. Okay. So what we want to do it in on-click. First of all, we want to get whatever the user has typed in this edit text. So what's the name of our edit text? It's name. We'll put type in name dot, and it gives you many like functions. We want what do we want to do? We want to get the text, and we want to change it to string. By default, this if you remove this as well, this is string only. But for safe side, we cast it to toString, and we'll just take in a variable. Let's just say my name variable equals to. So that's how you get a text from whatever user types in over here. When you click this button, whatever he has written in the text view, it will go in this variable. So that's how the things work over here. So now the value is in this variable. So now the next part is to show in text view. You want to show whatever the user has typed in edit text in text view. So what's the name of text view? The text view is result. Let's just type result dot, and again it gives you a bunch of options. Let's go with text view, set text. Sorry, there are two types of set text. One takes int as a result ID. This isn't like you won't be using this method. So let's just go with text. That's the common one. You pass in a string over here. So what's the string? So as I said, in this variable we stored whatever the user has put in our input. And so let's just run now. Any doubts till now? What we did is we took the input in this variable, and then in the result we set this text. We pass in this variable, and that's how the text will be set up.
Can you send the codes of both, like activity?
I'll send. Yeah, I'll send that. Do you want it right now?
Yeah, then we can
As
do
in,
it side by side.
okay. I'll push it on GitHub and give it a repo link only. See, that's how you do it. Let's just type my name. See, this is the cursive text we choose, so it appears over here. My name is Yash, and it's very ugly, I know. Just bear with it. Click on click me, and see this appears over here. So that's how the linking works. I'll just push this code on GitHub. So Android Studio has built-in VCS. This is called version control. If you have never like worked with GitHub, I would suggest you make an ID and take some tutorials from YouTube and see how it works. So for now, I'll just share the link. Browse, import into version control, share project on GitHub. So remote is origin. Okay, share. So now the project, this project, whatever I'm coding, is going to GitHub. So I'll let's just keep it initial commit only. Add. See, now a GitHub repo has been created. A local GitHub repo has been created, and this code is all these files, all these things are going in that. So GitHub is basically version control. It's a solution for version control. For example, like if there's an app you are making with two friends, suppose, and both of you want to work on that app together. So that's how it works. You push your code to GitHub, then other member will can he can pull the changes into his computer, change some them, change some things, and then again push it. So that's how the development system works on GitHub. So right now it's on my local computer only. What I'll do is, it's already committed. What I'll do is push. So by pushing onto GitHub, this code is going to GitHub, and I'll show you what GitHub is. This is GitHub. This is my ID, and we'll go to your repositories. And what's the name of dsc Android 1? See, I imported this into version control from Android Studio, and now it shows on GitHub, and everyone can see the code. So I'll just share the link on chat. You can open it up, and I'll just show how to see the code. So this is your basic project structure that I showed you yesterday. Like this is the Android folder. This whole Android folder has been posted to GitHub. So now go to app folder. You will go in src the same way we have it over here. App. Then this is src1. Go in Java. We go in main over here. This is res. Okay, we don't want to go in res. This is Java. See Java com example. And now you can see main activity.java. This is the code over here. So I think it's clear now. Yeah.
Can you repeat?
Just click the link from here. Whatever I have sent, and you'll land up on this page. Cool. Click on app folder. Click on src. For some reason, my internet is slow today. I don't know how why. Go into main. Go into Java folder. This is the Java folder. Go into this one. Click on main activity. That's how you go. So this is the basic file where the file resides. This is the address of the file. App src main Java. Then inside that main activity of Java. I think most of you are able to open the code. Is it clear now?
What should we do after main?
See, after main, you have to go in this Java folder. Let's see.
Okay.
There are 3 folders. Sorry, this is a file. There are 2 folders. Go in Java. Click on main activity, and you'll see the code over there. Whatever I wrote. And for the XML portion, what you have to do is you go into res folder. You go into layout, and that's where you see activity.main, activity.main.xml. So you can like copy this code, or you can also click on raw over here, and you can use Control A, Control C, and the whole code will be copied. That's how convenient GitHub is. So I hope this is clear now, and you all are able to see the code. Any doubts, or is it fine? Okay,
it's clear.
cool.
Thanks.
Now we'll move forward. Make another. I won't call this an app. Now we'll make an like a real app. So let's just delete all this code. It's already on GitHub. If any one of you missed some parts, you can see that on GitHub. Let's just delete all this. So it's all set, and now it's all clear as well. So now what we are going to do is we want to make an app which can like calculate your BMI. So all of you know what BMI is. It's basically an index which tells you if you are obese or like and other stuff as well. So if you're lean and obese and all that stuff, if you're healthy or not, that's the basic idea behind the BMI. So this now what we'll do is we'll make our UI first. Let's go in common. No, in text. First of all, we'll drag in a text view over here. So what all do we want over here? See, how is BMI calculated? Most of you might know, but still I will go over it. What we want is we want height. We want in the weight. And after these two parameters have been entered by the user, you calculate it behind the scenes, like in Java code, and you calculate. So that's you calculate the through formula. You calculate what your BMI is, and depending on the BMI, you show user that okay, this is your BMI. For example, 24.99, and I guess this is normal weight, so we'll show normal. So that's all. So there are three parameters in BMI. One is normal, one is obese, and the another one being what's the next one? I'm not getting the right word.
Underweight.
Sorry,
I
it's
think it's
underweight. Yeah,
underweight.
it's underweight. It's underweight. So that's what we are going to code. So for these, so these are two inputs. These will be two edit text, and this will be a button. And again, at the end, what we'll do, this is will be a text view to show whatever the result we have got. So I hope the structure is clear, and let's just make UI first. Let's write. Basically, this text view is just to tell user and like to make the user more clear that we want your weight over here. So text views are normal text and nothing else. So even you don't even want to rename the ID, that's fine, because we won't be using this widget in text view in Java code. So this is for only for showing purposes. Enter your weight. So we type this, and let's just make it black and text a little bit bigger, 18 sp. So now you can see enter your weight, this appears over here. And what we want to do next is drag in a plain text over here. Plain text is big, again input, and the ID will be, we are taking input for weight over here. So let's just type weight. So that's the ID of our text view. Sorry, plain text, or you can call it plain text or edit text as well. Some people call it plain and some other people call it text. Sorry, edit. So this is set up. Okay, what we want to another thing I want to show that if you don't want a text like hard coded text over here, what you can do is I'll just show you. The ID will be height HITST, and you can put in a hint, search for hint in the search bar, and this thing will open up. Let's just type in enter your weight. So basically this is the right way to do it instead of this, but some people like they want to show explicitly that you are taking weight over here and to specify things in clearer way, so they do this, but you can do this as well. In most of the apps you will see this only, like hint property. So we'll just delete this maybe, or like let's just keep it one with it and one without it. So that's the basic structure. Apart from that, we need a button. So let's just put in a button. The ID for the button will be button only, as we have only one button, and the text will be get BMI. So it's set over here. Now at last what you want is a text view. So all the things that I mentioned over here, height, weight, the button, and the text view, we have got all of these in a single UI page. Now what you have to do is constrain it to top, left, and right, and constrain all these like together. Let's just put it here. This to the left, this to the right, and this to this. You can drag it here. See, in what's the good part about this UI thing is when you drag this, it will show you some lines. You can see some dotted lines over here. So that's how the alignment works. So basically we call it snapping, and it's better to use UI instead of that. So it gives you more visibility. That's the basic idea behind this. Constrain it again. So are there any problems with constraining your widgets? Any one of you? I can go over it again, but I think it should be clear by now. This button goes over here. And at last, we'll constrain this text view. And again, right now our apps look very bland and all, but you can always like color them. You can change their shapes and many things. Like you can even change the background color for this app. Let's just search for background, and let's go with maybe a light yellow, a very light yellow shade, light yellow, whatever you want to call it. So let's just go with this color. And this text you want to set in some properties. This will be our BMI answer. Let's just go with answer only, and increase the text size a little bit, 20 sp, whatever you feel like. If you prefer big text, then 25 also works. Go with a dark green. Okay, go with a dark green. Or so this part, this UI part totally depends on your choice, whatever you want. Bold, let's just center it, and the text has been already increased. Okay, let's go with 22 sp and remove this text. So this is a static text right now, and we don't want this to appear in our app, so we'll just remove it. So the ID for this button, and one other thing I think I forgot to mention. This is your component tree. So first of all, this is the parent. As you all know, this is constraint layout, and all these are like child to this constraint layout. So they'll appear over here. So you can access them from here as well. So this is our text view. We don't need an ID for this. Weight, it's already weight. Height is set. Button, it's button. And the ID of answer is answer. So I think you are able to like follow up. Any doubts till now?
Yeah, I cannot get hint working. Can you show it again?
Okay, sure. So for this one, let's just put in hint for this one as well. So you'll see a search option over here in the attributes panel at the top. Click on this and type in hint, HINT, and this these two things will appear. One is text color hint, and another one is hint. And you can type in your string over here. Please enter your your weight. So that's how this works. And now the hint will show over here. Is it clear now? I guess Meg asked that question.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where we should enter our height?
Sorry.
Where we should enter our height?
Sorry. As in, this is the input for your height, no? Okay. Let's just delete this only, no? We already have this weight thing. Okay, this is weight. Sorry, I think I messed up a little bit. This is for weight. This is for height. Change this hint to height. HAGST. I think I spelled it right. Yes.
Okay.
So everyone's on the track right now, I guess. All clear? Okay, moving forward to any doubt? Yep. Who was this?
So for hint, to get hint working, we'll first need to remove the text in text for that.
So this hint, the visibility of this hint will be gone if you enter a text. For example, let's just run this app now for once. The app is running. So this is the hint right now, and put in some text. Let's say height is 167. So now the hint goes. So the visibility depends on your text. If you have input something, then it will be gone, and otherwise it will appear. So that's a good thing about hint, and that's pre-built. That's a good thing as well. Is it clear now?
No, actually, what I was asking is that by default, if you put a plain text like that type of thing, then it will have an attribute of input text. That attribute will already be present in the text field. So if you don't delete that text field, then hint will not show, right?
If you put in some text, no, then the hint won't show. So that's what I showed you, right? So if you have some string right now, and even if the string is hard coded already, for example, let's just put some here, put some string over here. What's the attribute name for it? Text maybe. Okay, let's just put in 167. I think that's your question. And see, now the hint is gone because the text is present. So that's how it works.
Yeah. That was my question. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, we'll just delete this one, 167. So this text property comes in handy when you need some when you are not on totally on user dependent, like when you're not totally user dependent. For example, you want to give some default value to height, then you can put in some value over there. So that's how that text property works. And I think now we are good to go to main dot like Java file I Java. So like the previous in the previous app, what we did first, we declared variables, declaration, and what all do we have? We have two edit texts. One is weight, height. Let's just type in that only. Edit text. One is weight, another one is height. So edit text is done. Next, what we have is button. Okay, click on it. Button, and the ID is button as well. Button, and type in button. You can type in anything. For example, let's just go with B only. B with this. And the last one is answer, and it's a text view. It should be capital. Import this and write in text. Let's just write answer over here. So these are variables. The name over here doesn't mean that you're accessing this from here. So what I showed you in previous example, the find view by ID, that links both these. So let's just say for button we have B, and we want to instantiate our widget to this B, and the ID that we gave is button. So that's how we do it. Find view by ID r dot ID. That's how we access ID r dot ID dot, and find in button. See, the ID that we gave to our button was button as in the whole string, and here we casted it to B. So you can do it any you want. But the right way is to do this only. Let's just type in button and button. So this is the right way. I mean, people like you want your code people will read your code, as in you want your code to be read properly and easily. So that's how you do it. So it's better to go with these for better reading. We'll copy this again. Oops. Answer. Control V. So now our widgets have been linked. So now what we want to do is we want to access the input that user gave. So basically, what's the formula for BMI? It's height into weight, I guess. Yeah, it's height into weight. Sorry, it's weight by height into height. That's the formula. That's the formula for BMI. So we want to implement this formula, whatever through whatever the inputs that we have got in our edit text. So what we'll do is, as you all know, there's a float in Java, and I guess it's in C as well. Float W. For weight, we'll go with W, as weight has been already defined. So we'll name it W. And what you want to do here is you want to get the string whatever the user has entered. So what's the name of weight function? Weight dot get, again using the get text property, and to string to convert into string. But right now the problem over here is that this portion is string and you are converting into a float. So how to convert this? I showed you some snippets yesterday, like how to convert string to float and other way around. So the way to do is type in float dot, put a dot operator, and pass float. Take the pass float option, and you can now pass in a string over here. So this string, whatever the string over here is, it will be converted to a float, and it will be stored in a variable named W. So that's how we do it. We'll in the same way we'll do it for H as well, as in height, and it will be height. So now what you have is you have the input from user and you have converted it to a float. Now we want to put in our result. So let's say float calculated BMI, calculated BMI equals to put in this formula, weight divided by, put in some brackets as well, and that's the formula for BMI. And what you want to do is what you want to do now is answer dot set text. We'll improve this app in like another 5 minutes, but for now let's just take in the formula only. Set text calculated BMI. Okay, it shows that cannot. Okay, this is a float, and again you want to change this to a string. So what you do is float dot to string, and you can now pass your float over here. So this is the way it's converted to a string. Number formatting does not take into account. Okay, some warnings will appear, but you can always ignore them, or you can resolve them as well by reading what here, whatever it is written over here. Now we run the app. See, right now our app also has some edge cases. Okay, the app won't even run, I guess. There is some error. App info. So what's the error right now? Okay, this is app info. So let's just cast this into string. I guess this warning is not allowing us to run the app. Calculated BMI. Yeah, Control C. String equals to. Put this over here. I guess this will work. See, now the warning is gone. Let's just see if it works. Okay, what's the issue over here? App info, but this is app info, no? Let's just uninstall it. I guess I'm doing something wrong, which I can't see. And turn it again. If this time this doesn't work, I'll just like look the code again. Okay, this doesn't work right now as well. So what did I do wrong? Okay, we have done float.pass this one. We got this. So now what I want to show you is how to debug this app. As you saw, my app isn't running. Go into logcat and increase the size of it and run it again. So now it will like the error will appear over here. See, now the app stopped. So what is going in here? Another thing, are you guys able to run this app, or like it's just for me? Anyone have you tried?
Yeah, no, I am getting an error as well. Like
Okay.
I use this.
Okay, wait, what did I do wrong then? Wait dot get text dot to string. Okay, height dot get text dot to string. This is a float dot parse float. Yeah, this is right. Float calculated BMI is right as well. That's height into height. String float. Okay, float dot to string calculated BMI. We pass the string over here. Answer dot set text. Okay, so that's not what we want to do. What we want to do is we want to set on click listener on button. So basically, what I wanted to, okay, this might be there. Let's just try now. View dot on click listener. Let's just delete this and do again. On. So now the code is auto generated. Now what we want to do is we want to get these value from out from here, take in here, and then answer dot set text and then calculated BMI string. If still this doesn't work, maybe I'm doing something very wrong. Okay, now it works. So are you guys able to do now? So I guess this text, so what happened was maybe so these set text and get text take some milliseconds, like although they're very fast, like in computer they're like really very fast. For example, let's just take an example. For example, your get text is 3 milliseconds. So this function takes 3 milliseconds to work. And before getting the text, you were calculating these. Like you had a variable w, h, and then you were accessing that. So that might be the issue over here. Like before even getting the text, you were accessing them. So that's was the error, I guess. So now put in some values, enter your weight. It says my weight is 68, I guess 68.5. Height is 176, and again I guess we want this height in not in centimeters. We want this in meters. So we'll divide it with 100 and we'll run it again. So that's how the formula works. It's weight by meter square, the unit. Enter in weight 68.5. What's right? My height is 176, I guess. And see, now this text appears over here. So till now, are there any doubts, or is it fine? Guys, are you following us, or following me? Sorry. Anyone can speak up, or even you can like.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay, sure. So right now, what I want to show you is let's just run this again. See, now if we click on BMI, get BMI without entering some values, the app will crash. So what happened here? What did happen here? So again, what happened is we are getting some text and converting it to a string. Then again we are float. This is float, and we are calculating the BMI. But the input that you entered was empty. So that's the problem that's arising over here. If and this formula is working when you didn't have any values. So that's the basic idea. So one way to do this is you can, as I told you yesterday, you can use a try catch block. So basically this catches your errors, and you can catch exception E. That's how you put your code in try catch block. And now another thing I want to show you. For example, in Java and in C, when we code, we just write like in printf for debugging principles. Like for debugging, what we do is we print our variables over here. Let's suppose we. So we get to know like what's the value coming over here. So in Android, we don't have like printf, or like for if you go by the Java way, system.print.l, that one. I guess you could do that, but I have never used it. So the right way, what you have to do is you type in logd, logged. So basically these are log values, and there are many things. See, T stands for debug. So what we want to achieve here is log with a debug property. This is for error. You can like put in anything you want, but I almost go with log d always. Put in a tab over here, and this code will be auto generated. So that's the good thing about Android Studio. Code is auto generated. So it says it wants a tag. You can type your tag over here, anything you want. Let's just say. So basically, this tag is for like defining this and like searches. So in this logcat, as I showed you, there are many messages. So with tag, what you can do is, let's suppose your tag name is hi. So only those messages will be shown with this tag. So that's the basic idea behind this tag. Let's just type hi only. And even a more correct way to do this is put in tag only, and we'll make this tag a constant variable. So in C we have a const variable, but in Java the const variable, like people don't like they don't really prefer it. So how we instantiate constant variables? Public, static. Static is the keyword that I told you yesterday about. If you still don't know what static is, maybe you can Google it, and you'll get a better understanding. Public static, final, no, public static, what is that? Okay, int. Do we have a final keyword? Yes, final int equals to what's the tag? Let's suppose my tag is high, and this should be string equals to high. Okay. Okay, that's not working. What's the unexpected token? Public static. Final is there. Okay, what did I do wrong? So this should work. Actually, the thing is, I haven't done Android for like a year now, and I mostly code in Python, so that's
Yash, I think you need to
okay.
provide a
Okay, I didn't
variable
even
name.
provide a variable name. Okay, so this is tag. So that's how we do it. Okay, thanks, Ajit. Um, so our tag is done, and on click, what we do is we print the error. See, now if you run your app, open the emulator. Now you print. Now you click on get BMI. See, now the app doesn't stop. And in logcat, what we'll do is high. Okay, the error didn't show. Okay, this is verbose. Yeah. So as I showed you, there are many flags to this log value, this log statement. So this is verbose. We'll go in debug, and it still doesn't work. But like it should like log values. See, now it appears. Let's just minimize it. This says empty string. The string is empty, or number format exception. That's the Java kind of way to say it. So that's how you handle errors. So, but a better way, what is a better way to do this? For example, what if so in other like professional apps, what you do is what other apps do this. When you click on this, an error thing pops up over here, and it says that put in some value, and after that only that I'll be able to like generate your BMI. So that's what we are going to do here. We'll check if a string is empty. We'll if else check. We'll go with if check, and if it's empty, we'll like update the user that you have to like put in some value. So put in some value. You have to prompt this to user. So that's what we are going to do here. So let's just extract this thing from here. Call it another variable string wt equals to. And also one thing I wouldn't like I for like this is for the workshop thing only, like we are naming variables as wt and wlh. You shouldn't be like doing this in a real app. So mostly it will be like wait and like so I'll show you the right naming convention maybe. Let's just put in height, initial height. Let's just put initial input height. So that's the right way you type in your variables so that the readability is more. So now initial, this is typo, INITIAL. So now it's correct. So now what we'll do is we'll do an if check. If your weight is like dot equals, or like it's dot equals, it is null. So then what we want to do is, okay, dot equals doesn't work on null, is always false. Okay, so instead of that, maybe what we can do is if equals to null. Okay, what's the problem here? Condition is always false. If weight equals to null.
Like when we start the app, then it will be null initially.
No, that isn't thing. Okay, okay. That's not how you do it. Yeah, I just remembered how you prompt the user. There's a different way to do it. So you import in some different library, text utils, text utils dot is empty. So that's the Java way, or like that's the Android way to do it. So that's why it showed us the what do you call it warnings. So text utils dot is empty. So this provides us a bool. If it is empty, then what we want to do is, see, we are checking for weight over here, and this is a weight widget. So we want to set an error. Weight dot, we'll get a method from here, set error, and we can pass in a message. Weight is a mandatory. Did I spell it right? Mandatory, yes. Mandatory field. In the same way, we'll do it for else if condition as well. Else if we'll do it for height as well, so that the app is like functioning totally. We'll do it together only. Height, and just put in height. And this is if else if, and remove this try block now. There is no need for this. Take this code here and put a else block over here and put this code over here. So now these are the strings used, and what we do is initial height, initial input height. See, now instead of instead of like catching the errors, we prompt the user that you have to enter something before, like if you want to get your BMI. So right now, if you click on it, see, this will show. I think the message, there is something else to like show. What's the message? Maybe I can show you that in another class, because I also forgot like how to prompt the user with that message. Maybe like there's an error field, I guess, something like, no, okay, that's in Flutter. Okay, I'll show you the like how to show that message as well. Maybe what you can do is you can put in some other text view, and you can like then show that into text view. So for that, we'll use some visibility factors. Like when there is no text, the visibility is gone, and then this error comes up. You fill the string into that text view. So that's how you do it. So now the code is working. Let's just run it again for the last time. So my weight is 68.5 kgs, and my height is 176. The code will automatically convert this into meters, get BMI, and now it works. So that's how you handle errors, either by using a try catch block or either by setting some errors. So that was the basic thing, and I guess now you'll be able to like what I explained here was something you can like underweight, or like you can handle these like again using if else check in this block. You can put in like okay, like if it's below 24, you are underweight. You can show that as well in the text view. So what you have to do is uh, make a string variable, let's say blah blah equals to right now it's 0, and now you can like if else check, put a if else tree, and you can set your text as well. So after that, what you have to do is this plus whatever the blah blah text is. So that's how you convert this. Okay, that's done. So I guess we can wrap up for today. I guess it's been over an hour, and from tomorrow we'll be doing no, tomorrow there is no class as I have some work. And so for tomorrow, I guess what you can do is you can make your personal app, something as your project. So what you can do is maybe you can make a currency converter like kind of app. Currency converter. If you want to do this, like it will be better if you do. It's always better to perform like to code on your own and to try some things. So currency converter, like for example, you put in, or instead of currency converter, that's so boring. Let's just say compound interest, like SIN's compound interest. Like you want to make a calculator for that. Compound interest and simple interest, and you'll just put in some formulas, and after that in the last text view you show what's the answer. So like that's the basic utility behind that. So any doubts till now? Anything you want, like try catch block or whatever you think it. So this text utils or whatever you can see. Is there any doubt in UI portion or either in Java? You can unmute yourself if you want. Yeah, is it clear to everyone? So as I told, tomorrow, okay, yeah, Dhruv.
No, Bhaiya, it's clear.
Okay, is it clear?
Yes, Bhaiya, yes. Hello.
Yes, you're audible, yes. Please push it on GitHub. Yeah, I'll be pushing this code on GitHub as well. I'll make a separate file then, because we deleted this code.